Hello everyone. So yesterday I was watching a video by Randy Andretti, and Randy Andretti was reading an article, and this article was about why the best relationships are between equal, and made me think about is this article right? And the article was apparently based on a phrase that someone said, like, for a relationship to work, people need to be not equal. Someone has to be lower, for example. And so that one person has the control of the relationship. And to me, it's a bit like, or should I say, like a very narcissistic sort of concept or criteria. It's a bit like the caste system in India, for example, or the class system that was so entrenched in long ago, and still is apparently, but based perhaps in bit of a different concept. So, what make for a long-lasting relationship? So I was thinking about this video that Randy Andretti did, and so based on the phrase of this young man, excuse me, in which he said that no, someone need to be lower, for example, and the image of Marilyn Monroe and Henry Miller came to mind. He was older, not so good looking, and she was far younger, sex symbol and good looking and all that. And people assumed that Marilyn wasn't the equal of Henry. And so the way I see it, well, of course you know that it didn't work. Course, they separate, and in my opinion, he did have a really strong narcissistic trait. So the first thing he did after he married Marilyn, he left his notebook where he used to put all his feelings, and left it open on top of a table, and Marilyn, of course, came around and read it. And there it was, pouring all his despisement to his new wife of a few days. And to top it up, he wrote, "The only woman I will ever love is my daughter." I mean, how narcissistic is that, right? So that's a big example of how someone who is perceived to be lower, and I don't mean that myself, I believe both were equally narcissistic in my opinion, one stronger than the other, of course. But anyway, I was just thinking about what makes for equality in a relationship, and apparently the criteria could be based on looks, the looks of people. Both need to be handsome or attractive, beautiful. Both need to have money, position, and all that. So that will make up for better relationships and longer. Yet what we see every day on the news is that, for example, again, let's talk actors and actresses. They're all beautiful, rich, famous and all that, and as we can see every day on the news, it doesn't last. So what makes for long-lasting relationships? And to me, it's a bit like we all have our own foundations. Our foundations is the way we're going to see life itself. You could say that foundations are a philosophy that we have built up inside us. This foundation start the day we are conceived up to, formative years, you could say, from birth to adulthood. And we have seen examples all over around us, and we, from these examples, we get what we like and we don't like. And that's how we create our foundations or philosophy of life. So we meet up, and if we follow the criteria of the same money position, same jobs, or, position in life, etc. And if we follow that criteria, but the foundation of that other person who is, in our opinion, our equal, the foundations are different, the relationship will soon be in trouble, of course. So I believe that the foundations are the philosophy of life, the way we see relationship, for example, and how are we going to react to the good and the bad, basically, if the philosophy of that other person is different to ours. Then when we go through life through tough time, for example, or sickness, or we can see that so many relationships just break. They don't last. We have different foundations. They will be contrary to our feelings and the way we see life. So more than the criteria, which I believe is narcissistic in itself, of seeing people equal or unequal based on look, money, position, and all that is, to me, is demeaning to other people, demeaning. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. And it's a bit demeaning, or it is demeaning for me. It doesn't make much sense. I don't dismiss someone for the look or position, or that's a criteria that I think is, in a way, heartless, right? And so the foundations that we learn all along the way our life is what's going to make a difference. It's going to make or like they say, it's going to make or break a relationship. So yeah, that are my thoughts. It was a very interesting video, and it is called "Why the Best Relationships Are Between Equals," and it is a video by Randy Andretti. And Randy reads this article, and I found it very interesting. And perhaps if people base their relationship on that sort of criteria, perhaps is that why the relationship don't last much, or why we don't find happiness in that sort of relationship. And also, there is this say, assumptions are the termites of relationships. If you have these criteria, like, equal look, equal position, equal this, equal that, these are assumptions based on these criteria. Of course, when reality sets in, then the relationship breaks. Anyway, I found it very interesting, and let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.